Jennifer here with Marrero Family Farm. I wanted to update you guys, and I know it's been a while since I really gave you guys a really good update and just kind of hopped on and hung out with you guys. So I thank you guys for being with me today and watching this video. Not a whole lot is going on other than the fact that our piglet, our Mini Juliana, I say piglet, our Mini Juliana Pig is due to have her piglets on August 2nd, which today is July 30th. Today's July 30th. So she is looking quite large and her teats are starting to fill up with milk. So let me turn you guys around so you can see, get a look at her. So you can see she's doing good. She was just laying down, so let me get her to plop on down. You could see her belly. Well, anytime you touch her belly, she just falls to the ground. But her belly is definitely, she's big. She's ready to go. She's tired, you can tell. So we have her in the smaller stall here. She's a sweetheart. She's such a good girl, aren't you, Peppa? Poor little mama. Poor mama. Yeah, so as you can see, she has an extra teat over here in the back, and one does not actually produce anything, but her teats have enlarged so much, and she's definitely starting to fill up with some milk here. So we have just a couple more days, and to be honest with you, her vulva has gotten really, we'll say puffy back there. So I wouldn't be surprised if she goes into labor sometime today or tomorrow, but I'm definitely keeping a close eye on her. We have her in one of the smaller stalls. This is actually the same stall that I don't want her coming out, though. Not that she's a bad girl, but I want her to stay in here. So this is where she had her last litter of adorable little piglets. And she had 8 piglets last time, so she is about the same size as she was last time. And we'll see how many she has. So if you guys want to leave in the comments below how many piglets you think she'll have this time, that would be pretty fun to see. She always puts hay in her water. It does not matter how clean we keep that water dish right there, she will fill it up. And she's got plenty of hay in here, plenty of pine. She is actually... pigs are funny. They will clean up their own stall. When I say that they'll clean up their own stall, I am basically talking about eating their poop. When a pig is pregnant, especially when it comes really close to delivery time, they will eat all of the poop out of their stall. It's really gross. But it's actually very healthy for them to do that. And it's, hey, Big Mama. It's healthy for them to do that, and it keeps the stall cleaner and stuff like that. But there's actually nutrients in the poop, which is one of the reasons why they eat it. But who's that? Miss Daisy girl. Daisy's been doing really good. She has not been producing a ton of milk. We are still continuing to try to get her to eat more. And we've been giving her some beet pulp. I bought some oats for her, so she's been getting beet pulp, oats, along with some sweet feed and regular grain food. So she's been getting a lot of food, and she's still on the thinner side. You can see her ribs a little bit. She's not super skinny, but she is definitely on the thinner side. And we're trying to do whatever we can to fatten her up a little bit. Now, Abby, she's around here somewhere. Oh, she's towards the back of the property. Abby is eating some grain. We have her on a calf starter mix that we just started a couple days ago. So she's doing really well, and she still nurses from her mama. So she is doing really, really well. Don't mind the way I look. I just came out really quick and wanted to check on Peppa just to make sure that she was doing okay. And she does look good. I do not see any mucus coming from behind her or anything like that yet. So she's not quite ready to go into labor. But she's definitely on the tired side. And she looks like she's ready. So we're preparing for that. And we've got a lot of stuff going on here. I'm gonna keep it on the DL for right now, but when things are ready, I will give you guys some more information. And I said that in the last video as well, but we are getting a little bit further along with that information. And like I said, I will definitely share that with you when we know more. The roosters, I don't know if you can see up over here. We've got two roosters, the white one and that orangier looking one right there. And then this one here is this one's a hen. But they are running around freely for right now. Oh, there's a couple more. You can see there's another rooster and two hens over here as well. Yeah, so these are the little chicks that we had running around in the beginning of spring. So they're growing and they look really pretty. Look at this one. So these are game roosters, game hens. This one looks, oh, that's our older one. That's not the younger one. That's the old, no? That is the younger one. I'm sorry. She looks just like her mom. And this is her mom right there. So she looks very identical to her mom. But yeah, so they look really pretty. And then the other rooster that we have, the white one, looks just like his dad. They all have super long legs, and even that one over there with the orange on his back. Nice looking rooster. And this is the dad right there. He's going through a molting phase, so don't mind how ugly he looks. This is not typically the time that they go through a molting, but all of my chickens are going through a molting. They do not have mites or anything like that. His feathers have actually started to grow back, so he is starting to look better than he did before. All my chickens are finally starting to look a little bit better. But yes, if you don't know much about chickens, they will go through a molting phase, which just means that they start losing their feathers and start growing new feathers. We have finally taken down our pool. So if you notice this big open space right here, we took down our pool. We still have our little fire pit that we had made. And there was a lot of pebbles and stuff like that over here. So we've scraped up some of the pebbles in this area, and we made a walkway, which I think it looks really nice, better than the dirt that it was before. But we made a walkway just right in through here and put some stepping stones and stuff like that. So it looks really nice over there. We're just gonna throw some seed and put some grass in here. Yeah, so that's nice that we're not dealing with that anymore. We did have a casualty like 3 days ago. I'm not quite sure what happened, but if you can see behind me here, our pond is doing really well. We actually have, you can't see them right now because it's overcast out and they don't really come out when it's overcast, but there are a couple of lotus or lilies, I'm not quite sure what they are, that open up. We have like I think 2 or 3 of them that come out. So that's really cool. Our fish, we had a casualty. One of our fish did die the other day. Not really sure what happened. I do know that I had put some water into the pond because it was starting to get really low on water. And our water here, just like most water, does have chlorine in the water. So really don't think it was the chlorine that killed him, because none of the other fish died and they're all doing really well. But I was using the hose on a really high spray and there was some algae that was growing on the walls of the pond. So I was just taking the hose and spraying the edge of the pond, and like a few hours later, he was at the bottom of the pond, just like kind of laying there and suffering. So that was really hard. I know it's just a fish, but it was one of our koi fish, and you know, my kids love all the animals here, and definitely the fish are another thing that we really do love on the farm. Our chicken tractor is doing great. Our grass is growing nicely on the other side. I don't know if you can see, but the grass is growing really well on this whole side. Over here, the cows and the goats have been in there chomping it down. They were in this section here also, and as you can see, it is much lower. So right now, they're only allowed to go into the back pasture, which is, it's back that way. You can't see it with the trees, but the back pasture goes along the whole back side of our yard. So while they're eating up that grass back there, then they'll go in that section over there, and then they'll come in this section over here. So we have 3 sections separated for the cows and the goats to eat. So that's been a really great improvement as far as getting extra grass for our animals. So we're really happy about what's going on with that, and it's just a continued learning process. We're not doing a complete rotational grazing, but we are doing the best that we can at this moment with the rotational grazing, and it really is helping a lot. It's giving the land a chance to recuperate and grow back healthier. So my garden is nuts, you guys. Everything is so overgrown. I don't know if you can see, like, everything is so overgrown in here, and we've got grass and weeds growing in, but we are going to be taking care of all of this stuff here very soon. Either today or tomorrow, we're going to come out and do some weed whacking, getting rid of all this overgrown grass in here. Once my husband comes in and weed whacks, I'm going to be throwing down some weed killer just in that area, because we don't grow any food over there in that area. And then I'm going to throw down some mulch, make it look really pretty. But it's just nuts. My zinnias over here are just crazy wild, and got a couple of tomato plants in here, so I will not be throwing any weed killer in there. We've got a ton of garbage that we're throwing out, so sorry if you saw that big mess of garbage over there by the wall, but we've been cleaning out rooms and the garages and stuff like that. So it's just kind of crazy. We got a lot of stuff going on. It's hard to just direct our focus on one area. Right now we're focusing on the inside of the house and just doing a really late spring cleaning. So we just haven't been spending as much time with the garden. I see something on one of my tomato plants. I gotta go check on that. But I do come out here pretty much every day or every other day and at least, get the vegetables off. What is this? I'm not sure what this is, but I'm looking at my leaf, which I thought they were like some sort of aphid or something, but it's honestly just something that was eating at the leaf and took off. Not quite sure what it is, but that's another thing. We do come out here probably like every other day and check for hornworms, and usually we find like maybe one, sometimes two, but not many more than that. Luckily, we're keeping on top of it. My tomato plants are wild. Wonderfully, wonderfully wild. They're so wild that they are weighing down the cattle panel. I literally have to go in and duck my head, where before I could have just walked right in. But as you can see, we have just a bunch of wonderful cherry tomatoes that are growing. I come out here and pick them. I eat them fresh off the plants every day. I have them freezing in my freezer. I put them in the gallon-sized Ziploc bags and freeze them. And we also have these, you gotta watch out for the spider web. Oh my gosh, I ran into it twice. Hold on, guys. Getting attacked by a spider web here. So, anyways, where should I start? We have these over here, which these are the Mountain Vineyard tomatoes. And these are just regular cherry tomatoes over here. The Mountain Vineyards, I will say, have been growing very slow, but they do taste wonderful. Oh, I have this guy that's laying here on the ground that I'll just pick because it's sitting on the ground. And then these are the, they're supposed to be the brandy wine tomatoes, but I have not seen them get any kind of like dark brandy kind of color. This one is splitting. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one off and let it ripen in the house. But this one's, it has a little splitting on the top, but nothing too bad. Nothing to really concern me. That's kind of it. I just wanted to stop on really quick, give you guys a quick video so you didn't think that I forgot about you guys or that I disappeared off the face of the earth. I have not. I'm still here. I was actually in the middle of editing this video for you guys. And then I thought, I better go put a camera on her, because the last time that she had her piglets, it rained really, really bad. And our barn at that time actually got flooded. Our barn won't get flooded this time, I don't think. We have a lot of good water running this way. But the barn, I mean, it's wet like out into there and out there, but not in here. So they're saying, well, it's a little wet, but they're staying dry for the most part. They're covered, so they're happy. Usually the cows don't come in, but they didn't want to be out in the rain. I can't say that I blame them. But they're all in here. The goats, I got the baby goats put up. They're in their own stall. But the adult goats are still over there because it's going to clear up and they're going to want to go outside. Oh, it's raining hard though. That's for sure. But once I get a chance to run to the house, I will get out of this barn. And I'll explain to you the rest of the story where you might actually be able to hear me. funny. The kids don't ask, Mom, where have you been? Are you okay? It's, hey, Mom, make us some popcorn. Oh, my gosh. But anyways, what I was saying, if you didn't hear any of that, I'm going to go through and check out that video. But in case you can't hear anything I was saying, I ran into the barn to go hook up a the Wise camera. And unfortunately, I wasn't getting any internet service. So the camera would not hook up properly. But I wanted to hook up the camera because last time Peppa had her piglets, it was raining really bad. So there was so much water that came into the barn that her little piglets actually almost drowned. So it was actually a really scary situation. I do have a video somewhere on that when that all took place. But I'm just, made me a little nervous that it started downpouring, and I'm sure in some areas it's considered flash flooding. But everybody's doing okay. The water is slowing down the way that it's pouring through, and it seems to be draining properly. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues in the barn. And I did go and move some stuff to let the water drain even better, so it should be fine. But on the bad note is that I can't get the Wise camera to connect to my internet. So luckily, like, I'm in my sunroom and you can see the barn is right there. So I have a pretty good view of the barn, but I cannot see Peppa. So if she was starting to go into labor, I would have no idea. But yeah, so just wanted to share that with you because I was not expecting that in the beginning of this video, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this torrential rain came. So just wanted to be prepared, and I will try to figure out how to troubleshoot this Wise camera. I do like the cameras, but I feel like whenever the internet goes out, I have a really hard time reconnecting them. So I don't know if there's something that I'm doing wrong, if I need to, I've unplugged it and left it unplugged for at least 10 minutes, put it back in, did the startup on it again. I've deleted the device from my phone, and reset up the whole thing. So I don't know, I have no idea why it will not reconnect. It's very frustrating. My phone does have internet, so I don't know. We'll just have to figure it out. I may have to call the company to find out why it's not reconnecting properly. But yeah, so that's kind of it. Just wanted to give you guys that little update and let you know that we're all doing great and healthy and just doing wonderful here. And we hope that all of you guys are doing really well as well. And until next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.